Hi everyone. Let's wait a couple of minutes more. Other people may join. Hello, are you able to hear me? Okay, I think we can get started. It's already 5 minutes now. Maybe let other people join in the middle. Fine. So, yeah, firstly, let me introduce myself. Hi everyone. So I'm Sarin from Accuvate. So I've been working as a user experience design for various digital applications from past 10 years. So from past 7 years, I've been with Accuvate. I've led more than 30 intranets from user experience based on the business needs and all. So I've led 30 intranets, more than 30 intranets. And now I took ownership of the mesh intranet solution. So yeah, that's about me. Uh, let's get into the agenda of the of current session, today's session. So firstly, we'll look into different styles of intranet. So this will cover the old type of intranets and the modern intranets. And then we'll look into the user-centric modern intranet. I mean, what is the user-centric approach for the modern intranet? And let's look at the latest trends and where to get started. So, and we can get into the Q&A thing. Okay. So firstly, let's try to understand the modern intranet. So for that, we'll have to get into different styles of intranet. According to Gartner, there are the three different styles of intranet. First is the destination intranet. This kind of intranet is where all the data and files are dumped into the portal, and users can access the data. Uh, and along with the data, management can post some kind of news or announcements, and the employees will be able to view the content. So primarily here, only top-down communication happens. So user can't do anything. User can just view the content. So that is the first kind of intranet, the old kind of intranets. The second kind of intranet is a distributed intranet. Here, apart from the top-down communication, bottom-up communication also happens. In the sense, users will be able to post the content like, participating in the discussion forums, or submitting a poll, or writing a blog. So employees will also be able to participate in the intranet activity. That's what is the distributed intranet. And mostly, if you look at some kind of studies, 80% of intranets currently are at this stage. So all the top-down communication, bottom-up communication is majorly focused in most of the intranets. And if you look at the third kind of intranet, it is called as modern intranet or network of work. So here, apart from the top-down communication and bottom-up communication, given at the employee-to-employee communication also. If you look at this, 6 different aspects which Gartner gives. So these need to be taken care. So the presence aspect is, how all or where all the intranet is present, in the sense how the collaboration and collaboration is happening, or from where all places in intranet can be accessed. That kind of presence need to be focused is what is the first thing. And emphasis need to be done on the user, or user-centric emphasis need to be done is what the second thing. And information flow wise, employee to employee communication need to be emphasized. So that is the information flow. And knowledge wise, apart from a normal knowledge management, or a simple asset kind of thing, or document management kind of thing, apart from that, emphasis need to be done in inferred knowledge. So that's what Gartner says. So when they say inferred knowledge, what they mean is a sense of, people should be able to understand the situation and directly jump into the task and do it, rather than learning it in a separate way, and doing the task in a separate way. So the environment, or the facilities need to be made in such a way that people should know it by inference. So that's what is the inference knowledge. And business applications wise, people should be able to access various business applications. It should be all the business applications within the organization need to be orchestrated in such a way that it will be easily accessible. And the personalization aspect need to be taken care, in the sense content need to be shown in a personalized way. So these aspects need to be taken care, is from one perspective. But in today's session, we are going to look the same modern intranet from the employee perspective, in the sense the user-centric approach. So based on our research, we have identified these 7 important things generally employees look for. So the larger objective of any organization is employee engagement, right? So to increase the employee engagement, primarily we need to address what employees are looking for. So based on that, we came up with this 7 important user-centric items. So we'll get into each one of them in detail, probably in next slides. So I'm moving to the the first item. So the first thing is stay informed. Any employee, what does he want? So he wants to stay informed, in the sense, from the high level perspective, at a broader level, what is happening in the organization, what strategies management is taking, and where the business is heading, what is the larger vision of the company. All these higher level things or broad level things employee wants to know, so that, I mean, if the employee knows these kind of things, he'll feel comfortable and he will come into same pace as the organization is going on. Otherwise, he'll be disengaged. Apart from that, the second level kind of things, in sense, what is happening at the ground level and what is the vision of the company. So that need to be in matching state. So for that, I mean, an employee need to be updated with what is happening, or what steps are being taken, what initiatives are being taken. So that kind of information need to be updated. And features like, suppose management speak can management team can I mean, post certain kind of articles, or they can conduct podcasts or webcasts, so that management will be in touch with the employees, and give the updates to the employees. So that way, there are many different ways through which, I mean, employee can be kept informed. For that, yeah, various web parts can be, or various features can be used, like key initiatives, or all the events sections, or management speak sections. So various content can be added into the intranet. So there is a huge list, and we can, I mean, based on the organization's needs, the organization's cultures, we can choose what can be added in as an intranet to keep updated to the employees. And this is staying informed, is the employee objective. But if you look at the business objective of, this kind of approach, employees will be engaged. That's what we need, and the effectiveness and the effectiveness will be improved. That is, another objective. So this is the business objective which we are going to achieve by making employees up to date with the information from the various perspectives. Let us get into the second thing. Second employee objective is get services. So what the employees want is, they want to have different services by which they can do things easily. In the sense, suppose a user's laptop got some issue. Normally what happens, users will write an email or call a support desk, and all the interaction of what kind of problem is there, all information will be captured, and to and fro calls will happen. So all these emails or phone calls can be avoided by giving a simple form to the user in the intranet, by which user will be asked a series of questions, intelligence questions based on the previous answers, kind of thing. So that way we can make a smart form by which easily employee can raise an IT ticket. Similar to that, for conference booking or a travel request, or for various things, small applications can be built, so that all the services which employee engages into or uses, so those will be made easy. So that way focus need to be done. This is the second aspect which need to be focused to fulfill employee needs. So if you look at business perspective of this employee need, it will reduce the costs, because there will be self services involved in it. So users will directly interact with the system, and a lot of call center kind of things, a call center kind of costs can be reduced. So that's the business objective. So this need to be thought through, and ideas we need to think of innovative ideas for fulfilling this get services thing. Let us look at the third employee need. So third need generally employees look for is accessing business applications. So normally what happens is, suppose, let us take an example, a marketing person who wants to verify different data before calling a customer. Suppose he wants some data. For that data, he need to go to a CRM portal, and he need to contact the finance team for knowing what is the previous amounts and all. So he need to interact with different people or different business applications before taking a decision. So rather than that, suppose if he has an interface in the intranet where he can give all the inputs and he can get the details, or if the marketing guy has a dashboard which gives all the key details about the chosen customer, then automatically based on that he'll take decision. So rather than going to different business applications. So if business applications information is integrated and kept into single place, or a single place is given where he can search and find the data from various business applications, then it will be like a wow kind of thing for the user. So integrating various business application is one important thing which we need to take care to fulfill the employee needs. So if we look at a business objective perspective, basically all lot of investment is done on business application that will be utilized. People will start using using the data probably, and all the business application will be unified into single place. So these are the business objectives which we can achieve. Let us look at the fourth one. It will be, the fourth one is finding people and expertise. So employees generally what they look for is, okay, normally what happens, people will be, employees will be in different levels. So first level is a fresher who comes into the organization. He doesn't know many people probably, or he doesn't have much knowledge about the process which is going on. So he is looking for a lot of information, or he's looking for somebody who is expert or who knows things. And another kind of thing is who, even if the person is senior, but he's limited to certain kind of department, he wants to know what's happening in other department, or he wants to know different kind of information. He's looking for some expertise. So for various perspectives, people are looking for somebody within the organization who knows more than them. So for that, directly they can't know people, right? So a way need to be given in the intranet where they can find the people, or they can search for the expertise based on the expertise, or based on the department, based on various metadata. People should be able to search and find the people whom they can reach and get the information. So that way, what we will do is, what happens is, apart from the normal knowledge management, explicit knowledge management, so the tacit knowledge is properly managed, in the sense people will interact and get the tacit knowledge utilized. Otherwise, generally what happens, all the knowledge will reside in the brains of people, and it will not be utilized. So to utilize that, engaging experts to the people who are in need is important. So this aspect of employee need to be taken care in the intranet, so in the modern intranet. So from the business objective wise, it will improve the knowledge access, and all the tacit knowledge will not be wasted, and knowledge transfer will be done properly. So let us look at the fifth aspect, that is the collaboration. So every employee want to collaborate with the team members whom they are working with. Suppose, let's take an example. An employee who is added into one of the project. All the project members are at different locations. So one is in US region, one is in UK region, or different regions. People are working together. That kind of projects normally organizations have. So in that situation, normally what happens, people can either email, connect with email or through phone calls in a specific meetings kind of thing. So and mostly what happens, one-to-one communication, a lot of one-to-one communication happens, and other people will not know what kind of conversation happened. Only the summaries people may know. So suppose in this situation, if we get a collaboration tool like Teams or Yammer group for this project, if you get that kind of collaboration tools, what happens is all the communication can happen through this single channel. In the sense, people can communicate through this channel, and other people who are into the project will also know what is happening within the project. So that way, a lot of collaboration will happen, and everything will happen in transparency. That is one aspect, and all the documents which are shared among the team can be put into the single place. And suppose if new team members joins the project, they'll have immediate access to all the information, like documents or the other details and all. So all the chat history also. So everything they'll have live information. So that way, the success rate of the projects can be increased by getting collaboration into various things, various kind of things into the organization. So I just spoke about the normal project management thing. Apart from that, there can be many other groups, like suppose a women's corner team or fun activity team, or various activities which happens within the organization. They all each of the team can have their own community site where the discussions and everything can happen. So that way, collaboration need to be collaboration is one of the needs which employee is looking for, basically. So that if collaboration is there, he'll feel comfortable working with the organization. So if we look from the business objective, it improves the project and program success rates. So it is going to increase the success rates. Yeah. So let us look into the next one, that is finding information. So each employee wants to find information. It is something similar to finding the expertise. But normally what happens, suppose a fresher joins into the organization, he doesn't know much of the process, what's happening in the organization. Or suppose an employee wants to make a presentation, PowerPoint presentation, and he's looking for the templates, how to use, or what kind of content need to go. So he'll have a lot of questions which normally the senior guys generally know by experience. So for this guy, he doesn't even know whom to reach. And even if if he reaches somebody, they'll not be able to collate all the documents and give it. So it's important that the people should be able to find all the information which is there in the organization in a proper way. So the focus need to be while designing the intranet, the focus need to be in such a way that we should not leave any way through which people will not be able to find information. So either it be the search, or a chatbot can be introduced, or a proper navigation structure can be introduced, so that people can easily navigate and get the information what they want. So each and every small bit will employees will be able to get the information or not, is what we need to think while designing the intranet. So finding information is what an important aspect which need to be we need to take care. Probably this example I've shown as a chatbot. A user can go to the chatbot and interact with the chatbot to get information in a very natural language way. So that also can be, the modern intranets more adopting into this kind of chatbot kind of things. So that way, various aspects need to be thought through while while designing the intranet. And the business objective is simply it's going to save time and efficiency of even the novice users. So yeah, let's move to the next aspect. The seventh aspect, that is personalized content. So normally, typically in large organizations who are spread across different regions and all, they there what happens is, I mean, there are many small organizations also. People, I mean, the employees doesn't want to see all the data. Suppose something's happening in US department, he doesn't want to see, or maybe certain kind of domains he does, certain kind of departments activities he doesn't want to. So I mean, employees want to focus on what they are interested in and what they are supposed to do. So personalized content aspect need to be brought into intranet so that employees will be able to focus properly. Suppose if you look at some examples kind of things, suppose a notification feature is enabled into our intranet example. So in that notifications, the user doesn't want all the notifications which are, I mean, all the activity notifications which are happening in the intranet across the organization. He just want to see certain kind of notification which he is interested or he's supposed to. So the reason why I'm saying he's interested in and also support to, there can be two different kinds of personalization. In the sense, the one kind is system driven personalization. In the sense, the intranet admin can decide what content, suppose what kind of news need to be shown to this particular group of users or this particular type of users. So admin is going to decide the content, what they need to look at and what should not. The other aspect, the other kind of personalization is user driven. User driven in the sense, user can choose what all categories of content does he want to see. So based on the categories which he chooses, the content can show up onto the intranet. Suppose in this screenshot, I've shown my zone. So in this my zone, the sections which are chosen by the user itself can be shown. I mean, so that way, or these favorite links are also user specific personalization. So that way, these two kind of personalizations need to be properly thought through and decided in the intranet, so that the employee need will be addressed. If you look from the business objective, what we are going to feel is uh, it is going to increase the focus of the employees. They'll not be distracted with a lot of content which is happening in the intranet or in the organization. So these are the 7 different employee centric objectives which need to be taken care for getting the proper taken care for making a proper intranet which is user centric, rather than just adding on features or things which the business thinks. So normally, generally, what happens is business thinks of various things, and business in the sense the management team who decides the intranets, they think from their perspective and try to make intranet. So that is not going to work, or that is not going to make it modern intranet, and it is not going to boost adoption. So the important thing which we need to take care is we should always think about the user or employee perspective while making the intranet. Uh, let us look at uh, some of the latest trends which are happening in the modern internet, or how people are adapting into latest trends. So one thing, as I've spoken in the other slide, the personalization aspect need to be need to be taken care. That is the personalized experience. The examples which which I've given already. So those kind of personalized thing is what people are focusing a lot, and each and every content, such as suppose a regional news section, or they want to show. I mean, many intranets want to show, and the content for that particular user, particular region can be added, or so each and every small content also people want it personalized, and that is working well for them. So that is what one kind of trend which is happening. The second kind of trend is AI and chatbots. Many people are getting AI and chatbots into the intranet. So the artificial intelligent kind of things are getting into. Yeah, sorry. So AI aspects, many people are adopting. Suppose if you look at many examples, I mean, we are focusing a lot on AI. Unilever example, they are investing huge amounts, lot of amount for getting the chatbots and AI aspect into the organization. Their complete HR department across the globe in 140 countries, they got this AI and chatbot. So a lot of investment people are doing. So suppose if you look at Google's recent thing about AI and chatbot, where the chatbots will interact with the real people kind of thing, or a couple of days back, Satya Nadella's note on AI. So that way, all the artificial intelligence services are increasing, and those aspects people are getting into the intranet. And yeah, thinking about the AI is one of the important trend which is happening. Enterprise search is another aspect people are looking for. Enterprise search, basically what happens is it is something like google.com or bing.com of organization. So enterprise search can search all the aspects of intranet, all the aspects of the organization. So various business application like SAP or ERP, all the content will be searched through this enterprise search. So it's a powerful search which we can get into the intranet, so that people will get information what they want. So that is one aspect. User experience design. So this is going to clearly rule the things. So continuously new trends or new user experience techniques are coming into the scene. In the sense, so making the intranets responsive to the mobiles, or making it simpler to the touch devices. So all the user experience, because user experience is the core thing which employee looks at, right? So user experience is one of the important thing which is continuously growing, and we should also continuously focus on making it better, so that employees or the people who are using will feel comfortable, or they'll feel wow probably. So the fifth aspect is, normally what happens is people launch intranets, but how do they measure the adoption? So many of the intranets, the previous generation intranets, people couldn't measure fully what kind of adoption rate is there, what need to be modified, what is not working, what is working. So this kind of information is not there. So in the modern intranets, more analytics kind of tools are getting into the modern intranets, by which each and every news item kind of things, or each and every page, which one is working well, which one is not working well, how many people visited, how many people are liking, and what are the positive comments, negative comments. So various aspects of intranet has to be measured, so that based on the data, analysis can be done, and changes can be done, so that adoption can be increased. So for increasing the adoption, people are focusing on measuring the adoption. So the next aspect is integrating various systems. As I said, in enterprise search, apart from just integration of search, so various other integrations are, people are focusing. Like I've given in previous example, various business applications need to be integrated, and an interface can be given where people can quickly filter out and find the data, or dashboards kind of things can be built where the content will be refreshed, analytics can be quickly shown, so that based on that people can take decision. So that way, integrating with various applications or all the business applications within the organizations is what is the current trend which people are following, and it's working well because it is becoming a unified. So intranet is becoming a unified place for all the data which is there in the organization. So yeah, integrating is one important thing. And intranet as a digital workplace. So what it means is, normally what happens is, an employee comes to the office from morning to evening. He does various activities on the computer itself. I mean, it has become digital age. So all the activities which are being done on different various business applications or various tools, people want intranet to be a gateway for all the activities which employees does. In the sense, from morning to evening, all the activities through intranet itself they can do. That way, what happens is, suppose even if the user wants to work from home or work from different location, or he wants to just check, suppose a marketing guy on the field wants to do some activity, he can simply open the mobile phone and do the activity from there itself. So if intranet can become a gateway for various digital applications, uh, so the usage will be increased, and people will not stop doing activities. So from wherever they are, whatever they are doing, so they can do the activity which they have to do. So that way, many people are focusing and trying to make intranet as a digital workspace, so that everything can be done, all the activities can be done from one single place itself. So yeah, these are the latest trends which are going on. I mean, in the intranet or modern intranet world. So let us see how we can adopt, or what we can do for and for getting these aspects into our intranets. Suppose, yeah, basically, I'm assuming that all the people you have joined, you are at some or other way responsible for making the intranet of your organization. In the sense, yeah, some decisions probably you can take of what kind of features need to be there, how we can improvise the intranet. So that kind of decision probably you will be able to take, is what, or at least you can influence, is what I'm assuming. So what you can do is, these 7 different aspects of employee needs. So these 7 different employee needs need to be properly understood, and probably innovative thoughts you need to get based on the organization's needs, what employees are looking for from the suppose from content perspective or the information perspective, what they want, what kind of applications they want to do, or what kind of services they want. So in each and every aspect of these 7 things, you can think through what kind of features we can add it into the intranet and outside the intranet also, because employee engagement is not just intranet thing. Outside also, some things we may have to change, so that I mean, that information probably we can put it into the intranet. Suppose rewards and recognitions, as an example, if we take, in rewards and recognition, certain kind of reward can we give, so that employees will feel good, kind of thing. So that way, innovative thoughts need to come. You need to think through, so that those kind of aspects you can get into the intranet. So that way, you can go through each one of employee needs and try to write down the features which you can think that it is needed. So that is what one exercise you need to do, and you can just take this as 7 pegs, 7 this employee needs as a pegs or guidelines for you to think through. Apart from that, the 7, you can think through more real time situations also, which is organization specific for within your organization. So, but innovation is inevitable. You need to think innovative, then itself you'll get more ideas. Normally, what we do is, while making while making the intranets during the requirements gathering sessions, or this kind of, we do interact with people, the HR heads or department heads, various department heads, and do the brainstorming. So that kind of brainstorming you can start thinking at an early stage itself. Before going to reaching out to any vendor, or before reaching out to anybody, you can start thinking of that. So that is one important thing. You can get started immediately. And yeah, sorry, one second. Fine. So yeah, and these seven things, and also you can just look at the trends which are going on. Based on the trends, also you will get more ideas, because yeah, people. I mean, one way we have to look at is all the employees. All the people are using latest information or latest things in the market, in the sense the internet or various applications which are there over the internet. Lot of latest activities or latest trends which are happening in the other world, people are expecting within the organization also. So that way, the latest trends, if you don't adopt as soon as possible, you will probably, people will feel some kind of missing, or they'll start segregating that the organization activities are very slow, or it's not up to mark, or it's not, I mean, so it so the engagement will disconnect. Probably people can get into disengaged or unengaged mode. So that we should not get into, is what is the larger target, right? Yeah. And so after deciding the list, after you preparing the list of features which can come into the intranet, you can start looking for who can do it, who is the right vendor to do it, kind of thing. And so if you look at our mesh solution, so mesh solution is an we made it as an accelerator. It is basically an intranet accelerator, which is flexible enough for adopting various kind of innovative ideas into the portal. So suppose if new innovative things are coming into the, are coming into as requirements quickly, the accelerator can pick it, and within very short time it can be built. So that's how we made our solution. It's a strong accelerator, basically. Yeah, that's about thing. And yeah, this is how you can get started. And yeah, if you have any questions or anything, you can post into the chat window or the question section, so that I can answer. Yeah. Meanwhile, people think through about the questions. Uh, there is a section called polls here. I mean, beside the questions, you can just give your opinions over there. Uh, Well, I think there are no questions. So I'll upload the presentation which I've shown into this request itself. So you can take those files. And yeah, I think that's fine. See you all then. Bye bye.